Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Here are today's headlines. 7 police officers, aka the rough men in Trinidad and Tobago, who defend us at night. Yes, the rough men, boy. 7 police officers in Trinidad have been arrested following the sudden disappearance of 3 firearms and 45 rounds of ammunition from the Central Police Station in Port of Spain. Those of us who know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, know that this TTPS is extremely corrupt and incompetent. The UNC supporters pretending as though that isn't true right now. And the White House takes aim at a massive global tariff scam, flagging over 40 countries accused of rerouting manufactured goods through third nations to illegally evade U.S. duties. In a trying smart thing. President Donald Trump has confirmed that he secretly switched planes after leaving a summit in Turkey, saying the Secret Service and military ordered the move because of a security threat. They were trying to murder the man, but of course, from what I heard, Israel notified them of that threat. Stay tuned, of course. Full details in the news report up next. 7 police officers from the TTPS. The TTPS that Kamala loves to praise and worship and honor and glorify and say that the rough men are out there in the middle of the night defending us, citizens. What a joke. But anyhow, 7 police officers have been arrested in connection with the disappearance of 3 firearms and a quantity of ammunition from the Central Police Station on St. Vincent Street, Port of Spain. Bear in mind, people, I always try to make this clear. The vast majority of police officers are law-abiding citizens. But you know what they are? Bullies. Bullies who violate normal, everyday laws that most people violate as well, including traffic violations. They boldfacedly park illegally in no parking zones. So go and conduct personal errands, whether in their private vehicles or in the state-owned vehicles. Yes, people, they don't go because of it's an emergency. They will park in a no parking zone in order to go and buy food, to purchase food, to go in the ATM, to go and do shopping, anything, to go buy a bar. Not to mention they use obscene language while interacting with the public. I saw a video up to yesterday on Facebook. A police officer using obscene language and also assaulted a man simply because the man rested his hand on the officer's shoulder, trying to talk to him, And everybody praising and glorifying and worshiping that police officer, I'm telling you, we are living in a twisted world and a twisted country. A place where people give officers the encouragement to abuse their authority. It is ridiculous. But then you're getting back to the news report. Senior police officials confirmed that major developments in the ongoing investigation, noting that the officers who hold varying ranks, I hear that, varying ranks in the rough men police service, were all on duty during the shift when the weapons went missing. But I don't know where it's going. It's just like when the drugs. When they confiscate drugs from people, and time to present it in court is because a whole set missing. Why? The minority in the police service that are actually involved in crime, they are well known for extrajudicial killings, extortion, drug trafficking, right? Actually even controlling a lot of drug blocks and stuff like that. But Trinidadians don't want to hear that. Nah, all they care about is glorifying and worshiping the men in blue. The rough men in the TTPS. The missing items include 3 Glock pistols, 3 magazines, and 45 rounds of 9mm ammunition. The firearms and ammunition were originally lodged at the police station for safekeeping. Yeah, they keep it safe. They keep it safe until nobody can find it. By municipal police officers attached to the Port of Spain division on August 10th. However, a routine weapons audit conducted early the following morning revealed that the equipment was unaccounted for. Where God must he sell it to some gang somewhere? Prompting an immediate investigation by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Everybody will say it wasn't me, like Shaggy. It wasn't me. Investigators are currently questioning the detained officers and reviewing station logs to determine how the weapons were removed from the facility. It was a jokiest part of this. They always start with an investigation, and then the bodies will start to feel sorry for them. And even though they might be charged, when it's time to prosecute them, it's because the evidence mightn't end up being presented the way it should. Somebody mightn't turn up to court, all kind of thing, and then most likely the case will be thrown out. And these individuals will end up probably getting a raise in their pay instead of being facing time in prison and of course losing their jobs. That is the papi show we have here in Trinidad and Tobago. And then people tell me, oh, you don't like police. I love law enforcement. But it must be the law enforcement officers must abide by the same laws which they enforce upon others. And that barely happens here in Trinidad and Tobago. Matter of fact, it barely happens around the world. Police officers believe that they are gods unto themselves. I believe in law and order. I despise gang culture. I despise any sort of criminal activity, turf wars and stuff like that. But we have a police service here in Trinidad and Tobago that behaves like a criminal gang. It behaves like a criminal gang. Now, they're not an actual criminal gang. And you're not going to walk by a police station and wonder if it is you're going to lose your life, unlike if it is you walk into Beetham or Laventille and stuff like that. But the reality is there are a whole lot of corrupt officers that are committing very, very serious crimes, just like the criminals and the criminal gang members. And sadly, the institution itself, that law enforcement institution, that Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, protects their own. So that is why it still acts like a gang. And that's a sad reality, people.
Weather report for Trinidad and Tobago on Saturday, August 15, 2026. The weather in Trinidad and Tobago on Saturday, August 15, 2026 is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy, slightly hazy, and breezy with occasional showers and a high chance of afternoon thunderstorms. According to the official Trinidad and Tobago Meteorological Service, there is a 40% to 60% chance of heavy showers and isolated thunder showers primarily during the afternoon. Expect a maximum high temperature of 27 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius and a nighttime low of 23 degrees Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius. Due to high humidity ranging from 75% to 95%, the real feel heat index will sit around 32 degrees Celsius. East-northeasterly to southeasterly winds will travel between 10 to 40 kilometers per hour with higher gusts near downpours. Street or flash flooding and landslips are possible in flood-prone areas during heavy bursts of rainfall. Spring tides remain in effect across the islands. Seas will stay moderate to occasionally rough with waves reaching up to 2.5 meters in open waters, and all marine interests are urged to exercise extreme caution.
International news now. The White House is taking an aim at what it calls a global transshipment scam used to dodge U.S. tariffs. It's just funny because, you know, you can't really blame the countries for trying to do something. But anyhow, a new report identifies more than 40 countries, including China, Mexico, Panama, Colombia, and Brazil, as posing a high risk for goods being routed through third countries to disguise their true origin and qualify for lower tariffs. I don't know what they're doing is wrong, but it's just funny. It's still funny. Officials say, but wouldn't it cost more by rerouting anyhow? But maybe they're still saving. I don't know. Officials say that the practice expanded after the U.S. imposed tariffs on China in 2018. Well, that's quite a while now. With some goods repackaged, relabeled, or minimally processed elsewhere before reaching America. The report says those practices have helped create a global network of production hubs, free trade zones, warehouses, and re-export centers used to move goods around the world. The White House estimates tariff-avoiding transshipment is costing the U.S. Treasury between $19 billion, not million, no, billion dollars and $26 billion a year. Wow. President Donald Trump has confirmed that he secretly switched planes after leaving a summit in Turkey, saying the Secret Service and military ordered the move because of a security threat. Yes, once again, I'm sure it's Iran, want to try to murder Donald Trump. He said, I just have to do what they say. Trump told reporters. Were you going to stay on Air Force One if you heard that they were planning to take you out, Trump? You don't just do what they said for you to do. You wanted to save your life? You must devalue your life. I mean, come on, man. Anyhow, I just have to do what they say. Trump told reporters, confirming earlier reporting that Air Force One departed Turkey without him as part of a decoy operation. Trump was instead secretly transferred to another military aircraft, while White House officials, staff, and reporters aboard Air Force One believe the president was traveling with him. Oh my goodness. So the rest of people weren't informed about anything, and they could have lost their lives. That people, I don't find that right at all. Air Force One should have ended up, I don't know, just going empty. And well, sadly, the pilot will have to end up facing whatever, or the pilots would have had to end up facing whatever they had to face on their own. But they left innocent people there. People, oh Lord, Father, boy. You see that? Sorry to tell you, I don't like that at all, you know. I don't like that at all.
Psalm 37, 1-4. Do not fret because of those who are evil, or be envious of those who do wrong, for like the grass they will soon wither, like green plants they will soon die away. Trust in the Lord and do good, dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart.
Folks, that brings us to the end of today's news report. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.